And welcome to the Inland Sports Show. I know, I'm not the A-team. I get it, guys. I get it.
I don't know. You're the next best thing, Pep.
You guys did great last week, by the way.
I know we did.
You guys had a lot of fun, it sounds like, with head coach Vinny Fazio from the Ramona Rams, David Zink from the Press Enterprise, world-famous intern Angel, and, of course, Greg, flying the colors of Colton High School once again here in the studio. Glad to have you. We got our big show. I'm going to make this quick because any minute, Jade Gortarez, star pitcher and shortstop for the U.S. Women's National Baseball Team, will be calling in from far-off land of Canada very soon. Yeah, so she's going to be calling in. She's going to be calling in any second. She's playing for Team USA at the Pan-American Games. The red, white, and blue will play for the gold medal tomorrow against the winner of Canada and Venezuela. They're playing a semifinal today. But Jade Gortarez just finished at practice with the Stars and Stripes. And let's go to the spoiled quick quality oil change celebrity hotline. It's Jade Gortarez, the pride of Riverside and Team USA. Jade, thank you for joining the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. Well, Jade, first off, we need to talk to you about playing for Team USA, and you guys are playing for the gold medal tomorrow. Can you talk about what it's like, just first off, just wearing the red, white, and blue and being able to play for this country?
Just being so blessed and able to play for my country, it means the world. And being with other women of this caliber, it's just amazing to come out here and represent and show basically the PanAms and everybody that what we can play and what we can do as women baseball players.
It's got to be gold medal or bust, right? We're the USA. We invented baseball. I mean, that's what we do. Rice, beans, and baseball, right, Jade?
Oh, yeah.
So tomorrow, you're waiting to see who's going to win that Canada-Venezuela matchup, correct?
Yes, tonight. We'll know. They play at 7 o'clock tonight, so we'll know tomorrow who we're facing at noon.
So do you stay in the athletes' village and just focus on your team, or are you actually going to go to that game and watch Canada and Venezuela battle it out?
Tonight, actually, we have a curfew, so we're going to be sticking around, just chilling out, calm before the storm, So
tomorrow, do you expect to be hitting leadoff once again and playing shortstop for Team USA?
Yes, that's the plan.
So, Jade, what's it like to be up there in the Toronto area playing for Team USA at the Pan-American Games? And really, like you said, it's like setting the bar for future teams. Right? This is the women's national team. And, I mean, baseball is still relatively new, to the women's game, but you guys are clearly one of the best countries in the world, right? I mean, we invented baseball. You guys should be good, but you're really setting the bar, right?
Yes, we are. We're just we're making history every game that we play, and especially with our no-hitter that we had 2 days ago, it was amazing. Like, it's amazing being here.
And your parents are along for the ride, right? They're up there in Canada with you?
Yeah, my dad is, actually.
And he must be going nuts, right? Is he videotaping everything and taking pictures and documenting your whole trip?
Oh, yeah, he records. Him and one of the other dads, they do a commentary of the games. So he gets every inning, every at-bat, every pitch. It's awesome. It's so funny to see.
Is he any good? Come on, you can be honest. Is he good at that play-by-play baseball stuff?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
We're talking with Jade Gortarez of Hillcrest High School right here in Riverside, but also a shortstop playing for Team USA, the women's national team at the Pan-American Games up in the Toronto area in Canada. And they will be playing for the gold medal tomorrow. And Jade, do you know if there's a way we can follow along? Can you watch this game on Sunday somewhere?
It's possible that you can watch it, but we won't know for sure. I would say following USA Baseball Women's National Team on Twitter, and they'll post any links or anything that we hear so you guys can watch it out in the U.S.
Excellent. Hey, Jade, before we let you go, there was a lot of hype. I think it was about a month ago. There was a girl, I think her name's she's from France, but maybe her name escapes me. Maybe you know it, but she was getting a lot of run as being possibly the first, female to make it to Major League Baseball. Do you know who she is, and is that inspiring, or is that kind of maybe fuel the fire inside of you saying, oh, wait, I want to be that first one to reach the major leagues?
Yeah, it's Mayu from France. She's 16-year-old, I believe. Of course that's fire and getting me hyped up for it, but we're just trying to do what we're trying to do over here and just win a gold.
That's right, Jade Gortarez
from Hillcrest High School, Team USA. Jade, we appreciate the time and best of luck. Bring home that gold tomorrow from the Pan American Games.
Thank you so much, Pep.
All right, that's the great Jade Gortarez from Hillcrest High School and right here in Riverside. We should also give a shout out to Kelsey Whitmore from the Temecula area. She's also on Team USA. She did a little pitching for the Stars and Stripes at the Pan American Games. So we've got two local girls, and the best part is they're like the babies. I mean, this is a baseball team that has, you know, these ladies are married, they have families, they've got kids, they have careers, and you've got Jade and Kelsey. They're still in high school, but they're two of the best players on Team USA. That's pretty cool.
Well, they're two of the few players that really come at baseball as baseball players, because a lot of the women that are on the team, former softball players, played high at Division I at different universities and the like, and now they're done with softball and they're playing baseball. Now Jade is kind of funny because she's doing the reverse, right? She plays baseball, but she's had to get some softball in because she's got a full ride to go to Texas, right?
That's
University
correct.
of Texas.
Yeah.
So she's got to get some softball in so she can get her softball chops going.
Yeah, she's obviously a star baseball player, doing big things right here, the high school level and Team USA. And she trains, right?
Yeah.
Adrenaline athletic training, because we haven't even mentioned our sponsors yet. We are so excited to get to that spoiled, quick quality oil change celebrity hotline and get Jade on the show. She hit me up with a message, said, I'm ready. I can come on the show right now. So I said, let's do it. We got to get you on. We can't miss this opportunity. So we got a shout out to, of course, Spoiled. We just mentioned them. Quick quality oil change right here in Riverside. Shout out to Bill Navigado. We're going to get Bill on the show, right?
We have to.
Let's give away some oil changes.
Speaking of baseball, I mean, he's got sons that playing baseball at CBU and the like. I mean, good stuff.
Baseball and oil, they go right together.
Oil the glove.
Yeah, you gotta oil the glove.
There you go. There's the baseball connection there. And Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona. We appreciate their support. I was in there the other night. And that softball team working hard. I mean, they go in there. It's not like, hey, let's play a little catch and, you know, slap hands and we're all going to leave and feel good about ourselves. No, they go to grind. Because if you're not in there grinding, somebody else is.
You got to do work.
You got to do work. What?
That's good. That's the spirit, Pep.
You got to grind, right?
You're a competitor, man.
Intern Angel, world famous, could be doing anything on a Saturday, right? And he could be out hanging with his friends, going to the movies.
I could.
Play miniature golf. What else do you guys do?
Mini golf's popular, I'm not gonna lie.
See? That's
Mini golf.
That's very tempting.
But no, he's here.
He's here.
Knocking it out.
And go hit the balls.
For the love of the game, man. For the love of the game.
You're going to play half of it, play the whole thing, please.
Well, I'm going to come every Saturday now that I have Pep as a personal barista.
Speaking of which, we got the California Open. Final round of the California Open today with two players. Josh Anderson from Merida Valley is battling with Brian Martin for the top two. They're going into that last round today.
That's right, out there at Tukwitz. So I'm actually going to try to race out there after the show and get a little highlights.
I'm going to be out there Monday playing a few holes there.
You going to tear it up?
I'm going to, literally tear it up.
Yeah, I'm going to destroy the course.
You have to excuse me too quick, can you guys?
Okay, Jordan Spieth.
No, I'm not talking like that. I'm talking like there will be
like chunks out of the grass.
Exactly. I have to replace my divot often.
Hey, I got to give a quick shout out to Jeff Nichols, the athletic director at Calvary Murrieta High School, and also Kathy Nicholson, the assistant AD, for hooking me up with some Calvary Murrieta gear. Nice polo shirt here if you're watching us live and amplified all over the world on the Inland Sports YouTube channel. Also got a Calvary Murrieta hat. I was wearing it yesterday. It looks good. Well, it looks good anyways, but I make it look good too.
Oh, wow.
I'm just kidding. Hey, back to baseball real quick, because we just had Jade Gortarez here on the show live from Canada. That's pretty cool.
It's a third world nation.
We crossed the borders.
They barely can get on the phone.
America's hat.
Silent nation.
Hey, but Austin Barnes, recalled by the Los Angeles Dodgers last Sunday. It's already seen action in a couple games for the Dodgers, including a double last night, a 7-2 win against the Mets. So Austin Barnes, the pride of Riverside Poly. He and Jake Marisnick, of course, right? Jake's doing his thing with the Houston Astros. And Jacob Nottingham. Now, we just had Jacob Nottingham on the show.
And I was a prognosticator with that one, Pep.
Well, he's good, and he's quickly climbing up the minor league system. We thought with the Houston Astros, we thought, wow, he and Jake Marisnick, the future, right, of the Houston Astros, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Jacob Nottingham was tearing it up for Lancaster, the high single-A affiliate of the Houston Astros. And then all of a sudden, the Oakland A's decide to ship Scott Kazmir to Houston because the Astros are in the playoff hunt with the Angels. But you got to give up something to get something, right?
And they gave up a lot.
Well, if you want Kazmir, you know, the A's were like, well, we want something good.
Well,
You want something good in return.
You know what makes me feel good about that is because the A's are all about money ball. So they're all about projecting good talent that's young that they can get that they're not going to spend a ton of money for, or get rid of a lot of players for. And what do? They go and get Jacob Nottingham. I mean, that says a lot about him if the A's are trying to pick him up for a guy like Scott Kazmir.
Scott Kazmir, big-time lefty, right? I mean, he's a big-time former major leaguer. I mean, this is serious. And if the A's are saying, you know what, if we're going to send you Kazmir, we're going to want something pretty valuable in exchange. Somebody that has a lot of potential. Maybe he's not a big leaguer, but a guy that's in the minor league system who, who's off the charts expectation-wise. So for Jacob Nottingham, that's got to feel pretty good.
And for his mom, it's got to be I'm sure she screamed when she heard it. She was probably very upset. I know that we talked to him, and I know that she was very excited for the fact that he was close to home again. They were able to go watch him. And so she got about a month of that, roughly a month of watching him play baseball. And now I guess they got to go dial up MILB and find the broadcast for the local team that he'll be playing for.
They'll be making the rounds from San Jose to the Modesto Nuts and doing the Northern California swing. What's interesting, though, so the trade went down. And he goes to the Stockton Ports. That's where he was assigned by the Oakland A's. Well, Stockton was playing at Lancaster. So I guess you just pack your bag and go to the other locker room, right? Easy as that, right?
Trader.
So a shout out to Jacob Nottingham, the newest member of the Oakland A's in that Scott Kazmir deal to Houston. Zink, we've got a lot of football to get to, but before we get to the actual football, let's get to football real quick. We got a couple minutes.
The international game?
Yeah, Ari Lassiter, the pride of Great Oak High School.
Fantastic. And the 2012 Press Enterprise Boys Soccer Player of the Year.
I shot the video. I remember that.
Boys Soccer Player of the Year, and he went off to go play at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo for a year. And he had a good run up there. And then he went off to the Swedish League, playing the second division for a year or so. And then the Galaxy got a hold of him. They said, we want this guy coming to us. So now he got under the Galaxy 2, which is really a second division team of the Galaxy. It's a professional team. They're paid just like the Galaxy players are, but he was playing for them. And he was the new guy on the team, so he was working his way into the rotation for Galaxy 2. And in the course of the season, he's already scored 9 goals. He's got an assist. So what do they do to praise him and the other great players on the Galaxy 2? They give him some playing time against FC Barcelona. We're talking.
Wait, hold on.
The Champions League.
The Barcelona.
Barca.
Yeah.
Yep. And so he basically played on Tuesday night at the Rose Bowl in front of 93,000 fans. He played the entire second half.
Can you imagine that?
No, and it was he and 4 other, I think it was he and about 4 other Galaxy 2 players got into the game and got really quality minutes against really quality opponents.
Oh, yeah.
So, and he did well. Well, if you look in the Press Enterprise, I caught up with him to find out about that and then about his future going forward. And he's a guy who I think that the sky's the limit. He's 20 years old, and he's already played against Barcelona. For an American player, that's a big achievement.
That's huge. And I'll be honest, I'm a soccer guy, and I had no idea until I opened up the Press Enterprise. You walked in, I'm like, what? Ari Lassiter played against Barcelona?
Quality minutes. And by the way,
huge.
The Galaxy only scored 1 goal, and Tommy Meyer did it, and he's a Galaxy 2 player. So, and Ari he just missed scoring, put one top shelf, just kind of sailed a little bit right of the goal. And just a great game. If you can probably catch it on Fox Sports, because I think they replayed the game. You might be able to catch it, but it's fantastic. If you go and watch these kids play, man, I'm telling you, the level of soccer in the United States has just skyrocketed. In fact, you can see the talent that's coming into America now because they see it, Gerards and all those guys,
And that's your Inland Sports football segment, brought to you by Adrenaline Athletic Training. Hey, when we come back, a little bit later in the show, we're going to talk about the top trio in high school football. When I say trio, I'm not talking about some combo deal at Del Taco or whatever you think about. No, it's a quarterback, receiver, running back. Which high school has the very, very best? So we're going to talk about that. A lot of tweets.
There is no argument for it.
It was popping off on social media. We'll get to it in a second. But a quick shout out to Andrew Benny, star receiver at La Sierra High School. He's now at Santiago. He transferred to the Sharks. His mom, Sherry, one of my favorites, said, hey, Pep, I just want you to know Andrew Benny's now at Santiago. I'm excited about that. So he's going to be now catching the ball from Bryce Terang, one of the best young, athletes, quarterback, baseball player. So Santiago's got something special. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But the trio, we're going to talk about that a little bit later right here on the Inland Sports Show, the one and only on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
love baseball.
Home run, home run. What is it about those Quakes?
We always get Sesame Street on here.
I love it.
Sesame Street's the best.
Doesn't it put you in a happy place?
I guess so. I mean, I've watched a couple of the newer episodes.
Newer?
Oh, there's new. There's new episodes. There is. New characters. Some of the old favorites
How
are
can
still
Sesame Street be new and improved? Come on, Sesame Street, Sesame Street.
Elmo's World is the best world.
It's the best world.
He's talking about Kermit the Frog, man.
Kermit's not a Sesame Street guy.
He's an OG, dude. He's original. Wow. You know what? You guys need to obviously brush up on your Sesame Street history.
But Kermit's a Muppet.
Sesame Street was filled with Muppets, dude. Right?
I'm really confused right now.
Okay, well, obviously you need to go back and take a look before you start popping off. Okay? I was a Sesame Street guy long before you were born.
I'm not challenging your
Talk Sports Radio.
your Sesame Street game. I know you're strong in the Muppet game, but
So who are the three best in Sesame Street? They had a
best
football
Sesame.
team.
If
They had a football team.
The Jordan of Sesame Street is Elmo, obviously.
Big Bird, wide receiver.
Big Bird, yeah, or maybe he blocked.
And Kermit's like the Kareem of Sesame Street because he's a guy that was so much better than Elmo, but no one remembers it.
Hey, real quick, I gotta set this up because Kenny Clark from UCLA should be calling any minute, but the show is proudly brought to you by, or was until a couple minutes ago, Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona and Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change in Riverside.
Sorry, Tim and Bill.
Man.
You know,
They're like, really?
they would back me up on the Kermit reference.
I'm gonna have to Google that. Because I need a second source that. He's looking it up right now.
Alright.
Sesame Street chatter only on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM. Yes, we will talk UCLA Bruins. They will be camping at Cal State San Bernardino beginning on August 10th, which is right around the corner as they prepare for the upcoming season. Expectations high once again, and Kenny Clark, straight out of Carter High School in Rialto, second team All Pac-12 last season, getting some preseason All-American nods this year. So he's got NFL written all over him as well. So we're going to hear from Kenny Clark just a little bit later in the show. Also, Caleb Dirks from Woodcrest Christian High School, Cal Baptist University, relief pitcher for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. We've been trying to get this guy for a couple weeks. I think we got him now. So in about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, he's going to call back.
He's straight out of right field.
Wherever the bullpen's located, he's running out of the
He
bullpen.
and Lincog, man, I'm telling you, they're calling signs and things. I don't even know what they are. They just go.
They waved us off, and they're like, we're doing our own thing.
That's right. I don't want the fastball, just a curveball.
That's exactly right. They waved us off. So we're going to do that a little bit later. Hey, quick shout out. So Michelle, Ontario Fury dancer, we've had her on the show before. Last night, she found out she's a new, suspense, let it build for a second, Laker girl. Oh! She is a Laker girl.
You know what? Greg, stop crying. Greg is, look at him. He's torn up. Greg, it's okay, man.
Big league.
Believe me, she'll still come back and talk to us little people.
Well, that's the thing.
Wouldn't that be great? We'll get the Laker girls in here?
She wants to come back on the show. In fact, she wants to come back next week.
Woo.
And I said,
you know
okay.
what? No.
Why?
It's got to be 2 weeks.
Oh, you're gone next Saturday.
You cannot do this to me.
Well, here's the deal. Because she's going to be a Laker girl, the Lakers will make a lot of her decisions. So she doesn't even know she can go out and just do interviews anymore. But I said, hey, listen, we've got deep roots with the Ontario Fury. You love the Inland Sports Show. You've got an open invitation, but she's going to see when she can stop by. But she's a Laker girl.
That's awesome. Hey, Michelle, congratulations.
Yeah, shout out.
Now, if you could just get us some autographed photos we can put in the studio, it'd be great. And I know Greg might want to get a date with one of them.
Yeah.
And drag that, who's that old player, that Kobe Bryant guy? Drag him in here too?
Yeah, you know, Laker girls got a lot of pull. I don't think they had that much pull.
Kobe Bryant. Would we really want Kobe on the show?
Yeah.
Think about it. No, really think about
We have
it.
a poster of him outside.
Look,
I didn't put it up.
we bring him and your boy Cousins in, and we have a little one-on-one.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking. At least Darren calls.
And we digress.
He's a local connection.
We're off the rails right now, Pep.
All
All right, so as we said, UCLA football having their training camp at Cal State San Bernardino coming up on August 10th. It runs through the 22nd. And it's open to the public, so you can go out there and check out your Bruins. A lot of local guys, of course, Kenny Clark that we're hoping to hear from, Nate Metters out of San Gorgonio High School, true freshman, Craig Lee, a running back out of Redlands, Powasi Moala from the Rancho Verde High School. So UCLA with a real IE flavor, and as they always do.
And what were the dates for that, Pep?
August 10th through the 22nd.
Man, I'm just going to be back just in time. Fantastic. I can't wait.
UCLA's your team. Are you excited to see them?
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait.
They need it.
I just bought a 3-game package for the UCLA Bruins, so I can go see a couple of the games at the Rose Bowl, because, we're going to be playing for a national championship this year.
Well, let me ask you this then. Expectations obviously high in your head. They're strong across the board, but who's the quarterback?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. I thought you needed a quarterback.
You don't.
You know.
Is it John Bosco's
USC proves annually that you don't.
Whoa! Are you slamming my boy, Cody Kessler?
You know I'm kidding.
That's my boy.
I know. And by the way, Cody's a great guy. I'm just kidding.
He'll never come back on the show.
Can I dig?
Listen, Cody Kessler, I'm sure he listens to the show every week. He's going to hear stuff like that and be like, man.
And then once Cody's gone, we got Ricky Town stepping up.
Yeah,
are you rooming with him? Are you going to live with Ricky Town? Or?
I don't know.
No, he's just carrying his athletic bag too.
I will gladly.
I was going to use another term, but it was really inappropriate. So
I'm glad you chose the G-rated version here on the Inland Sports Show. Let me ask you this as we're talking USC football. So rewind about 6 years ago. There's a quarterback named David Sills from the East Coast.
Fantastic story.
Lane Kiffin, the one-time coach at USC, saw this kid in 7th grade, saw video of him, was like, man, I'm offering him a scholarship. I said 7th grade, right?
Ridiculous as it sounds, I understand.
And Lane Kiffin can be ridiculous in himself. And he has his own set of naysayers, and, I'm not a huge fan. But anyways.
He's not allowed in the state of Tennessee currently.
That ended bad. I have some friends who are Vols fans.
My cousin's a Vols fan, and if you even mention his name, he might slug you.
Yeah, it's bad news. But, with that said, so he offered this kid a scholarship, a quarterback, in 7th grade. Well, that David Sills did not end up going to USC. Steve Sarkisian was actually going to honor that scholarship, but Sills just felt like, from what I read, it just wasn't a good fit anymore, and he wanted to look elsewhere. Well, long story short, he ended up at West Virginia, which is a good school.
That's the West Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good school. The Mountaineers are a good college football program. So Seals is competing for the starting job with Skylar Howard, former RCC quarterback right here in Riverside.
It's a small world.
Isn't it?
Small world.
So now our boy, Skylar Howard, who really set the world on fire at RCC, had a really good season there. He beat out the kid from Rev, Shreve.
Yeah.
He beat Shreve out for that starting job and then put up some huge numbers, and now he's at West Virginia. So now it's Skylar Howard trying to hold on to that starting job against this kid, David Sills, who was so good that in 7th grade, what is that, 13 years old? 13 years old was offered a scholarship by, I was going to say your boy, but your boy, world-famous intern angel, Lane Kiffin.
Oh, see about that.
Is he still your boy? Like once a USC guy, always a USC guy?
If Skylar can't beat a 7th grader, I don't know if he should be playing at the University of West Virginia. I was going to say Western Kentucky. I don't know.
The Western Virginia.
So it's just interesting.
I think but let me ask you this. It's always 6 degrees of Riverside when we find something out. It's always like you can take it back to Riverside any way you look at it. Like, oh yeah, and one day he drove, anything. Hollywood, famous people, whatever.
Always comes back to the IE.
Yeah, always.
The center of the universe.
Well, let me ask you this. It begs the question, David Zink from the Press Enterprise. How young is too young? I mean, is that just ridiculous?
Too young.
I mean, my kid started walking early. She started walking at 9 months old. I mean, that's gifted, right?
But I think really the reason it's too young is that you don't want to put those pressures on a kid. It's bad enough that they're starting going after them as sophomores now, and they're really actively recruiting them, sending them things. I mean, you see juniors that flip-flop and change what they want to do because you're just too young. I mean, they're not going to be able to get to your school for another, well, for him it was another 5 years, 5, 6 years. So what's the point? Even if you tell them, look, I'll have something waiting for you as soon as we do this, but I don't want to announce it now because you don't want to put that pressure on him. For that kid, for the whole time he was playing high school football, it's probably the one thing that was hanging over his head. The fact that, oh yeah, he got offered by USC.
The pressure of that, right?
Right, and then you got to prove yourself every week. Not fair, just not fair. But I'm sure we'll have 10 coaches and a bunch of players telling us what kind of fools we are for saying that. So,
well, I get it. You know, it's like, hey, I see the talent. I'm going to go ahead and do it because I don't want to miss out on this guy. Maybe he's the next Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. But at the same time, if you're 13 years old, you don't know what you want. You don't know where you want to live. He's an East Coast kid. He's going to come all the way out to Los Angeles on his own and just...
Well, let's ask Angel. You know why? Because Angel USC actually offered him a scholarship to the Annenberg School when he was at Central Middle School. He was in 7th grade. And he's felt the pressure the whole time. Now, Angel has lived up to that reputation, and he is going there. But, you know, how many other guys like Angel that were asked to go to the Annenberg School in 7th grade are going to be there?
It was tough, man. You know, the other schools, their recruiting process was brutal, but for my heart, I always fought on, and, you know, I'm in the right place.
I mean, you were always, you know, mixing up with Akili going, hey, by the way, I'm already going to SC, dude.
Yeah, USC actually did like a 2-for-1 deal.
Package deal, you and Akili Ross from Riverside Poly.
We need a really good receiver and a guy who can write like a mug.
I covered out.
Well, long snapper.
Well, right, and that's right. His secondary. I forgot his secondary sport was long snapper.
I cover and he covers. We're both covering.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So world famous intern Angel, we joked that he was going to put on some pounds and work on that long snapping game.
That's not a joke. He's working, man.
Fall camp starts in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
They held him out. They held him out till January because they want him to really work on that long snap and see if they can use it for the national championship run.
Yeah, for the college football playoff. We're already looking at the playoff.
You USC fans.
Whoa, hey, don't throw me on that plane.
But he did make a good point. World famous intern Angel covering Akili Ross, covering other guys, right?
Yeah.
Is he going to play defense or is he going to go offense?
He's going, from what I've seen and read on Scout, he's going to be D, safety.
Wow.
Really?
He's a very good cover guy. We watched him last season. He was doing very well.
On the media guide, he's listed as an athlete, so he's going to go both ways.
I love that.
Well, that's like, okay, so Adoree Jackson, Juju Smith, you get him into camp. I think it's those guys, they're so good at everything. It's like, okay, where do we need them? Do we have a weakness somewhere? Let's plug them in right there. So, I mean, like Juju, they put him at receiver. I mean, he could have been an awesome safety, no doubt. And then Adoree Jackson, they're playing him on the defensive side of the ball. But
they could all be kick returners beyond that. There's a lot that they can do. And by the way, we did watch his boy, Akili, take one to the house. It was a pretty spectacular fashion.
They did that quite a bit last year.
That's my boy.
So we're waiting for Kenny Clark or Caleb Dirks or somebody.
You blew up Twitter. Let's start talking about that. We can start.
Well, let me set this up a little bit because we could have a couple phone calls. So we're going to hit this really hard in the third segment. So I put it out there on Twitter. Who is the best high school football trio? Talking about quarterback, receiver, and running back. Which school has the best three? And I didn't know what kind of response we were going to get.
Until you looked on Twitter.
It was a pretty hot button issue. I mean, people were getting fired up about it, and everyone had a take. Even your boy Keyshawn Holmes chimed in. Of course, he was going to chime in and put the
I retweeted that one. That was great because he made sure you knew.
Mr. Marietta. So here's the deal. I'm going to list the schools real quick who chimed in, and then in the third segment, we're going to read some of those tweets. Some of them are actually pretty funny. They're pretty good. So we're going to, and I'll do some name dropping too. We'll talk about some of these guys, but we've got. Let's see, who's in the clubhouse already? We've got Centennial, Marietta Valley, Paloma Valley, Redlands East Valley, Heritage, Summit, La Sierra, Yucaipa, Arlington in the mix, and Vista Marietta. And
some are long shots, if you ask me.
Well, let me say this. And then the last one to come into the clubhouse and complete the round, Ramona. Did Vinny Fazio last week when I was not here, did he say, man, we've got ourselves a trio?
You know, Vinny was talking about the offense they're going to be running and how it's going to be a bit different from what they've run before, and it's going to be a little more, you know, flip and fly. Let's go. I mean, they're going to try and spread the field and play some football offensively. It's kind of funny because then I was talking to him about what do, you know, because I hear a lot of coaches, defense, offensive coordinators go, well, I can hold them to 25. Do you think you can score 30? And so they're like negotiating for points. You know, how many points can you score and how many points can we keep them from scoring?
Well, Alex Pierce, the head coach at Carter High School, good friend of ours, friend of the program, best friends with Vinny Fazio. He told me, he described Ramona's new offense as the wide open Bonzo Gonzo offense. And when I texted Vinny and said, hey coach, your boy Alex Pierce described your offense as the wide open Bonzo Gonzo offense. And he's like, oh, you mean the flying circus?
Oh, man.
Vinny was spectacular last week, man. It was really good.
Only the best, right?
Yeah, we had some good conversation. You know, we had to flip around too, man. I mean, it was crazy. In fact, Caleb kind of threw another one at us there, another curveball.
So because Caleb Dirks, we asked him to call back at 11:35, which will be in a minute now. for a couple weeks we've been trying to get him because we're excited about this guy. He's a Riverside guy from right here.
He's got his own billboard.
He's got his own billboard. He was traded to the Dodgers. He's playing for Rancho Cucamonga, so we really wanted to get him on the show. We tried a couple weeks ago, didn't work out. Last week we were trying to get him on the show, and there's a fire up on the 15, and Rancho Cucamonga couldn't get to high desert, and there's all this confusion, and we had the crazy weather, and I was in San Diego standing on decks.
And then in the first 5 minutes of the show, the phone rings, and we're like, wait a minute. No, 10 minutes. And we were like, wait a minute. So I hit him like, hey, who's this? Because I didn't want to, because I wasn't sure who it was. I thought they didn't know we had 2 people calling in. And then he goes, Mike Linscott. He said Mike, and I'm like, Mike who? Mike Linscott.
Mike who?
I was like, wow, that's out of left field.
Oh man, we love Mike Linscott.
No, he's awesome. He came on and he actually really covered for the fact that Caleb couldn't be here, which was very nice, and we totally appreciate it because it wouldn't have been a huge hole to fill, but it was nice that we were able to get a little bit in on him because we were planning to talk to him anyways. And it'll be even better when we get to talk to him, to him today.
Yeah. You can hear the Quakes right here on Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM. I believe they do play tonight. Looks like, is it 6 o'clock start, Greg? Is that
6:50.
6:50.
Pregame.
6:50.
Good round time.
Pregame show.
Could be
Greg would know.
Could be 7.
Greg is our Quakes insider.
Quakes insider.
He's here for all the games.
In fact, he could reel off some stats, couldn't he? Let's go.
So, Greg, so when the Quakes are home and they start before 6:05, and the dew point's below 3. I mean, what's their win percentage? I'm not going to have you answer that because we're going straight to the phone lines now. The Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change Celebrity Hotline. And I'm going to assume this is Caleb Dirks this time. Is this you, Caleb?
Hello?
Hey, Caleb, are you there?
Hello?
Hey, Caleb.
Yeah, how's it going?
Good, man. We were just working out some technical stuff on our end, but it's
Oh, no worries.
Caleb Dirks.
Formerly of Woodcrest Christian High School and Cal Baptist University, now with the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. And Caleb, we were so excited to see you traded to the Dodgers organization and pitch for the Quakes. We've been trying for about. Let me get your initial thoughts. So you were the Braves organization, and you get the news that you're going to the Dodgers. Was it like a dream come true? Did you grow up a Dodgers fan?
Well, actually, I mean, I always followed both the Dodgers and the Angels as a kid, but I actually grew up a Yankees fan, believe it or not. But I just grew up watching, and, they were just a good team, and I like following the players a lot with the organization. But as I got older, I grew to appreciate the hometown teams as well. So yeah, but it was definitely cool just being able to, now be a part of an organization closer to home.
Now, being a Riverside guy, how exciting was it for maybe your family and friends to know that you were going to be, bumping around the Cal League a lot closer to home where they could actually come out and watch you on a regular basis?
Yeah, it was definitely a plus for them. There's a lot of things involved in the trade as far as, different emotions, but that was one of the biggest pluses, was just being able to come back home and be in a familiar area.
We're talking with Caleb Dirks, pitcher from the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM. And Caleb, come on, be honest with me. Have you taken a picture with the billboard on the freeway?
I have not, no. I don't plan to either.
I can just picture you on the side of the freeway. You park your car, you get out, you take a quick little selfie with the billboard in the background.
Yeah, that hasn't been a part of my daily routine yet. So.
But have you seen it, and what were your thoughts? You're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe Cal Baptist put me up there.
I have seen it, yeah. I didn't know exactly what they were going to use the footage for. I just knew it was going to be some sort of advertisement for the athletic program. So, and they've been doing a really good job just promoting the school, and it's a really it's a growing school. So they've done other things like that.
We're talking with Caleb Dirks of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, which you can hear the games right here on Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM. And Caleb, now that you're in the organization and in Southern California, what's the goal now? Is it just go out and come out of the bullpen and get batters out and try to get noticed? And obviously that's the goal for every minor leaguers, to work your way up through the system. But what do you think you can do to actually stand out to the Dodgers and make that climb a little quicker maybe?
I think it's just being consistent, just taking each time you get out on the field, with a lot of focus and concentration and just, try and get one batter out at a time. You can't think too far ahead of trying to do this, or this happens. You just got to work on what's at hand, and that's just getting guys out.
So, Caleb, how did you get the news of the trade from the Braves to the Dodgers? I mean, were you sitting in the clubhouse? Were you at home? And what's that like? Do you just really just pack your bags and hop on a plane, and that's that?
Yeah, we were actually kind of all hanging out in the Carolina League. We had a rain delay, so we were kind of waiting for the rain to stop. We were going to head out and play our 7 o'clock game. And I got called to the manager's office, and they just, kind of broke the news to me. So it was a little bit surreal because you always know trades can happen, but don't really expect you to be a part of one. And then, I basically had that night to pack up my bags, put on flight the next morning.
Well, Caleb, we really time, and best of luck going forward here with the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, and I'm sure it'll be a matter of time before we see you at Chavez Ravine on the bump.
All right. Thank you very much, and I appreciate it.
All right. Caleb Dirks
from Woodcrest Christian High School and Cal Baptist University. Finally, we got that interview. Took us a couple weeks.
It was a process.
We got him, though.
Did he sound like Judge Reinhold?
A little bit. He hasn't taken a picture with the billboard. I would have done that. I have done that.
He said that he avoids the 60 because it's so crowded, so he goes out to 10 every day.
That'd be like the date icebreaker. That's me on the billboard.
Greg knows.
See, Greg's always looking for that one thing that's going to get him over the top with a girl.
That's my billboard.
Whoa,
That's all
that was
billboard.
wrong to say.
Party notes. I was on a billboard in a Wiener Schnitzel parking lot.
I've seen that picture, I think, somewhere.
True story.
Yeah.
So it's one thing that Caleb Dirks and I have in common. I can't pitch.
Well, Caleb's too busy living his purpose, as they say in
He
CBU.
living his purpose on that CBU billboard. But I'm so vain, I take a picture with it. He's like, yeah, I think I drove by it once. It's all. I'm not going to do it.
It wasn't even a day before.
Dude, I would have been taking selfies and posing with it.
The problem with that billboard is it's electronic, so it flips and changes. So you've got to be ready.
Time it.
You got to be ready when it's there. Boom, take that picture.
I would have timed it out.
Pep was there as
Or
they
else
were
you're gonna have-
pasting it up.
Or else, if you don't pay attention, you might have like somebody you don't even know from
Yeah.
CBU inside that thing.
Or it's like bail bonds or something like that. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk high school football trios.
Woo!
It's going to be good. We're going to talk about some tweets. You guys were tweeting it up all last night, so we're going to get some good ones. That's coming up here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
That's what I'm going to say.
Oh, it's on camera.
And by the way, Kermit.
Man, I love the Pirates. Good call, Greg.
McCutcheon, great player.
No, I love these Pirates.
Oh,
Yeah.
These Pirates.
you're a Johnny Depp guy, huh?
Oh, the Pirates.
So you like drunk guys on barrels, huh?
Listen,
You like burning down houses,
doesn't?
chasing women, raping, pillaging. You like that, huh?
That's my thing. No, actually, when my girls were real little and they wouldn't go to sleep, I would hum this. I would hold them and go hum the pirate song. And they would go to sleep. Yeah, Father of the Year right here. And now their favorite ride at Disneyland is
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean. You're listening to the one and only Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. I'm Pep Fernandez. We've got David Zink from the Press Enterprise, world-famous intern Angel, and Greg Ulate flying the colors of Colton High School once again.
C-Town!
Look at everyone, man, behind C-Town. They had their big birthday celebration. Greg said everyone came out. Big deal.
All 28 people came out.
Oh, come on.
2,800.
2,800.
They all came out. Fireworks.
Colton.
They were giving away free stuff.
All right, so we were talking about the best high school football trio: quarterback, receiver, and running back. Put that out on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at SportsWithPep, or the show's Twitter at Inland_Sports. You got to follow us because we're going to be giving away prizes. We've been trying to give away some oil changes, some other things, but you got to follow us on Twitter. So I put it out there. Everyone hit us up. Now, if you're watching this live and amplified all over the world on the Inland Sports YouTube channel, I'm going to put up some of these tweets, and actually, you can see them and read them along, but, so I put it out there. Who's got the best trio? I'm going to punch up the tweets. You're going to have to follow along. First off, we've got
Quarterback Anthony Catalano, Javon McKinley, receiver J.J. Taylor.
And there's no argument, that is the best trio.
And they said easy. Quincy Wimbish from Marietta Valley said, hey, look out for the Nighthawks. They got Quincy Wimbish, Maurice Bell, and Hank Bachmeyer. Luis Robles, wide receiver coach at Paloma Valley. Chance Nolan, Denny Lewis, DeMarco Pruitt. He said, trust me, they are going to light up the scoreboard this year. Paloma Valley checking in. They're in the clubhouse. We had a couple more, and of course, we got to mention Kyrie Joyner. Shout out to him and Blake Moore. Paloma Valley's got a lot of guys this year, as they always do. They put up a lot of points, Wildcats. Red Lindsay's Valley, my boy Jeff Harmon checking in. He said, Rev, for sure. That's all he had to say. Dang. Armando Herrera, Chris Vaughn, C.J. Harris, Joey Harmon. Darius Allensworth, Cal Bear, defensive back. He said, come on, Pep. You know where to go for that. Heritage, right? Brett Virgil, quarterback. Junior Davis from Summit High School said, come on, Pep, you know where to go for that, man. Summit. Everyone's calling me out like I should know this.
You just asked the question.
I know, I just asked the question. But, yeah, so Summit's in there, and Cade Sparks, the quarterback, he put a hashtag, leave no doubt. He says, we got a whole squad of talent. But they had Damian Alloway, Stephen Carr. They got them guys. Lawrence Morgan, the quarterback at La Sierra, said, our receiving core parties in the seams.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's serious. It's getting serious now. Ukaipa High School football, they checked in. Quarterback Nathan Martinez, Kevin Valenzuela, Kendall Johnson. Arlington, they're at the party too.
Coming strong.
They're coming strong. We've got
not to laugh there.
Isaiah Morgan, Robert Awanganye, Deontay Richardson, and Asante Coleman. Keyshawn Holmes, he's bringing Vista Marietta to the party. He says, Pep, come on, man. My bro Kyle Williams, they got a couple beastie backs.
Beastie backs. Not Beastie Boys.
Paul Garcia from Ramona High School. He says they've got some good ones. They've got Omri Edwards, Andrew Morning, the receiver, and of course Paul Garcia is the running back. So there's a quick rundown. Those are some of the tweets that we got on this subject.
So what's criteria for best? Is it record or stats? Because you can throw up a lot of stats. I mean, you know, greatest show on earth, all those types of things are fantastic, but if you don't win, I mean, it's about, you got to play to win the game, right?
Yeah.
So is it about winning? Because if it's about winning, there is no doubt that there are two teams on that list that are going to be.
Well, I put it out there. Call me old-fashioned, but you can't start this conversation without talking about Centennial. It is what it is.
It starts and finishes with Centennial.
It's no slant on anybody else because Centennial routinely plays for state championships. Their guys put numbers up that are just like video game ridiculous
And
numbers.
you got right now probably the number one receiver in the country. People have
Javon McKinley.
And you got J.J. Taylor, who is by far the best.
And Bonner, the other running back, I mean, he's like another D1 guy. It's silly.
I mean, but if you look at it, it's, I mean, yes, there's a lot of great teams out there that can throw the ball and put up numbers, but if it's about winning, I think it starts and finishes at Centennial High School.
Oh, yeah.
Did we miss?
And if you disagree with that, it's at DZink66.
Oh, man.
Oh, call
Hit
him
him up. I want you to hit him up because there's got to be. Okay, maybe you don't agree. Maybe it's not Centennial, but is there a school that we missed?
I'm sure there's many if you talk to each one of those schools, but I don't think you missed it.
The Twitter universe.
Oh, look at Greg. Greg's waiting for
He's playing at Colton High School.
Come on, man. You guys run the football. Leave me alone.
That's the thing. Some of these schools are ground and pound, right?
Right.
They want to run the ball, so maybe they don't throw it that out. I'm thinking Elsinore. I'm thinking Norte Vista.
You know what I get from this, Pep? The best thing I get from this is it's preseason. Nothing's happened yet. Everybody's very confident in their group, which means that everybody's really working hard and trying to do the best they can for this season. That's the good thing that comes from this. The other part of that, it's a little bit of fantasy camp going on right now.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's 0-0.
Right.
Got some new guys maybe transferred in.
That's right.
Got some guys coming
Put your
back.
name on it.
Everyone's undefeated.
Everyone's undefeated. I get it. Everyone's excited.
Yeah, no, but it's great. I think it's great. This is the best part of the season, man, because everybody's got hopes.
So if you just use the hashtag Inland Sports or hit us up at Inland_sports, you can tell us what you think as well. Maybe we'll continue this conversation next week. Maybe we'll find something else. I mean, this one really popped
And I'm
off.
going to say the strongest argument, but you and I will pick it, Pep, and Angel will pick it. But the strongest argument, we'll give him a free oil change to Spoiled, so Bill can oil them up
Good
and make
idea.
it to all the games. So
Good idea.
we've got a couple of them, and if you got a strong argument, as to why we're wrong and you're right, we'd like to hear it. We'll pick the best ones. We'll tell you on the show next week, and we'll give away free oil changes. That's like a $30 value.
I love it. And more importantly, if we can be more specific, what's your Twitter again, David?
It's at DZink66.
Yeah, tell David why he's wrong. I'd like to hear that. And I'd like to read those tweets on the
Oh,
air.
we'll get those. I'll forward them all to you,
So
Pep.
you're dogging the fight to Centennial. Easy, right?
Look, we do this
I'm not
every
putting
year.
words in your mouth. I'm just saying.
I know you're Mr. Politician and you want to be loved to everybody, and I love them all too, man. But reality speaks, and when reality speaks, Centennial's right out front.
I'll say this. The one glaring omission for me that right off the top of my head is Citrus Hill. Citrus Hill just grows skill guys all over the place. And they've got some good ones coming back. The quarterback Elijah Matthews is going to be special. He's a left-hander. So
But that's because Zomalt's like the Belichick of the Inland Empire. He's got everyone on lockdown. Don't you talk to anybody. Just play football. That's that program right there. We don't need to brag. We're just going to go play football.
And how about the guy who rocks the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shirts? Jeff Steinberg. I'm sure he's got some guys on the ranch at the Rancho.
But he's laying low until they start gunning.
He's way low, yeah.
Yeah.
The other night, I'm on the phone with David Zink.
Oh, no.
We're going to get to Sesame Street in a second. I was on the phone with David Zink, and I'm like, oh, hey, Zink, hold on one second. Hey, Coach Watkins! Ted Watkins, the head coach at Moreno Valley's
And then
Watkins dog.
I screamed at you. Tell him I said hi.
Yeah, David Zink from the Press Enterprises, hi! He's walking down the street.
So, okay, we want to get back to one point. You guys were all making fun of me. There was no Kermit. There's
none. No.
Muppets, no deal. Well, to tell you the truth, Pep, you guys are all wrong. The original cast was Big Bird, Bert and Ernie, Cookie Monster, Grover, Kermit the Frog, and Oscar the Grouch. Those are OGs right there. They were there. Just because you didn't see it, you weren't born for it, doesn't mean it didn't happen.
You're telling me Kermit was a real G. He was there from the start.
He was. It's not easy being green, dude. Not easy being green.
Let me ask you this. Why'd they kick him off the team?
They didn't.
Did he grow too big?
He got too big, you're right. He was like, he turned into Justin Bieber, man, in the kids' world.
He blew up.
He just blew up.
He became the star.
Dude, he was doing movies. They were doing the Muppet movies and stuff, man. And they brought in the B team, and that's how you got, your buddy, what's his name?
Elmo.
Elmo?
Oh, man.
You call him the Jordan, and I'm telling you right now, man, if he's Jordan, then Kermit was freaking Kareem, because he had a much better career than
It was a
Jordan.
different era. The steroid era.
What'd you say? Elmo's world is the best world?
Elmo's world is the best world.
That wasn't your senior quote, is it?
If there's a world I want to be in, it's Elmo's.
Wow. Because it's all so psychedelic and...
Man, this show was brought to you by Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona. They must be so proud. And Spoiled, quick quality oil change in Riverside. Hit up, once again, David Zink. What's your Twitter?
At DZink66. And by the way, Bill's got my back on this one. On the whole Kermit thing, he's got my back. I know it. Spoiled oil, good place. Bill Navigado, go see him.
Mark my words. We're going to get Bill in studio one of these days real soon, and I'm going to ask him that question. Who is your guy on Sesame Street? Was it the real G Kermit? Or did he grow too big and, you can't have that on your team. A guy has got a big head, he thinks he's better than everybody else.
Snuffleupagus, I mean, come on, you got some good big followings
But
there.
they stayed with the team. It's not one of these...
Look, Snuffleupagus couldn't leave the back alley, dude. He had to stay with the team.
Kermit is like Shaq. You just jump from team to team. Who's going to pay me the most money? No, Sesame Street stayed true. Kind of like Kobe Bryant. You stay with your team all the way to the end. Till the bitter end, you go down with the ship.
So is Elmo Kermit the Frog? I mean, is Elmo the Kobe of the
Elmo's like the Smush Parker.
Smush Parker. Okay, we got to get out of here, Pep.
We do. Hey, we're going to do it again next Saturday at 11 a.m. We appreciate you joining us. Next week, we're supposed to have Victor Viramontes, quarterback from Norco High School. Just
Cowboy strong.
Cowboy strong. We're going to have some fun with him. We got a little bit of a game plan for Victor.
Dang it.
You won't be here, but you can watch us live and online.
I'm going to call in.
Do it.
From Minnesota.
Is that where you're at?
Minnesota.
And hopefully Taiwan Walker from the Seattle Mariners, pride of Yucaipa High School, will be starting for the Mariners against the Twins, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping to check that one out at Target Field.
So a live report from the Twins game from David Zink.
That'd be awesome.
That's next week, 11 a.m. right here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 a.m.